What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be looking at my rare 2009 Toys R Us exclusive interactive buddies, Buzz Lightyear. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I already did a review of this guy, so why am I reviewing him again? Well, for starters, this is actually a second one that I had picked up that I had had for a while now. And in this video, I just wanted to show you guys how to open up his battery compartment, because we're going to put batteries in him and listen to him talk. And what I also wanted to do is compare him to some of the other Thinkway Toys Buzz Lightyears throughout time, because this one was actually one of my favorites. He has this toy detector mode thing right here on his waist, because he interacts with the 2009 Toys R Us exclusive Woody, which I actually don't have, sadly, but I have to get that so you can hear these two guys talking to each other. And some trivia that I don't know everybody knows is an enlightening fact about this Buzz is he kind of got re-released again a year later in 2010 or 2011, and his phrases were exactly the same, except he didn't have the blinking eyes. So another story about that was I actually had another one of these, and I had bought him brand new. The seller who sold it to me said he was just keeping his Woody, and he was selling his interactive Buzz Lightyear, but the blinking eyes did not work on Woody or Buzz, and even though it was purchased new, he just said that these electronics inside these toys just break down over time, which is a shame. It's kind of like the head motor in the Toy Story collection Buzz, how like mine would turn really fast and it would turn slow and then it would stop turning at all. But what I do appreciate that these have is a good amount of detail. Now, just taking a closer look at him, he looks one-on-one with his movie counterpart, and I'm actually very happy that all these details were included. So, starting off right here with the backside, not only does he have a lot of screw holes, what I like that this Buzz does is he has his wings folded, kind of like he does in the movie. And they don't pop out exactly because he has this button right here for his interactive feature. And articulation-wise, I guess you'd say it's pretty much the same as the other Thinkway Buzzes. The arms go up and down, the elbows move, the waist swivel. I kind of find the hands on this one interesting, how like one of his fingers is raised more than the other, which I'm not quite sure why they did that, but they decided to do that. So what we're going to do is when we're unscrewing this guy, you're going to want to get a Phillips screwdriver. I find that the screwdriver I have works best with these kinds of Buzz Lightyears. So one thing I did do over time was when I tightened the screws too tight, I ended up stripping them, which is not good because then you can't even open this guy up. So I'm not going to tighten them too much. I'm just going to loosen it enough that we could pull his jetpack cover right off of him. There we go. So he takes 3 AA batteries. Here's one that I took out of my other Buzz Lightyears. Well, that's not good. Sounds like a lot of static. With the noise he's making, I'm believing I'm not going to be able to get this guy to work. So what I'm going to do is change his batteries.
Lightyear.
So I guess there was just something wrong with that battery then, apparently. Because I just heard him speak. I guess that's what it sounds like when the batteries run low in these things. They sound like they're dying. So what I'm going to do is put his jetpack cover back on him. And take my trusty screwdriver so we can listen to his phrases, his features, and then do a little comparison with this guy. So he has a button right here.
Sheriff, have you seen my spaceship?
I guess that's the button that lets him interact with the Woody. So let's press it again.
Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. Buzz Lightyear calling Sheriff Woody. There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I am a member of the Universe Protection Unit. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Do you read me? Sheriff, I said something. The security of the entire universe is in jeopardy. Buzz Lightyear calling Sheriff Woody.
So, like I said, his eyelids don't blink, which is a shame, but at least he works.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I am a member of the Universe Protection Unit. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Do you read me? Sheriff, I said something. The security of the entire universe is in jeopardy. Buzz Lightyear calling Sheriff Woody. There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. Oh no, I think we're lost. Sheriff Woody? Sheriff, have you seen my spaceship?
Oh, and he does have a switch right here, so let's switch him to try me mode.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser.
This is the mode that if you were going to buy this guy from Toys R Us in 2009, this is what it would sound like new in box, because in the box it had like a little poke hole where you could press his buttons.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
And this red button right here does not eject his wings, but it can be pressed.
Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
So he just says the same things over and over again. So let's see what happens when we press this. I guess on try me mode it doesn't do anything. So let's switch it back.
Buzz Lightyear.
Back to play mode. Oh, here's the Thinkway Toys logo at the bottom right here. And
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I'm stationed up in the Gamma Quadrant of Sector 4.
okay, I didn't hear that phrase yet.
I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion. I come in peace. I said something. I'll set my laser to stun. Buzz Lightyear calling Sheriff Woody. Be careful. You don't want to be in the way when my laser goes off. Sheriff, have you seen my spaceship? Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser.
So now it's comparison time. So what I'm going to bring out to show you guys is my blast off Buzz Lightyear. And what I wanted to show off about it is they're the exact same height as this guy right here. So it's like Thinkway Toys did reuse these models a lot for when creating these buzzes. Like they recycled the Toy Story collection buzzes from the talking Toy Story 3 ones, Blast Off Buzz, Karate Chop Buzz. They all kind of look similar but different. But this guy right here, when you press his red button, he has his retractable wings. And I actually have to hand it to Thinkway Toys because back then, when the Toy Story collection buzzes were $50, which of course they are not now. Now they're like $600-700 now, but or you can find them in an open box.
Time for hypersleep again.
That was
Buzz Lightyear signing off.
That was this guy right here. So it was like, if you couldn't afford a Toy Story collection buzz at the time, this was your second best option. Because this one right here is actually one of the best ones that they made. And I say that because he doesn't have the short and stubby wings like the 95 buzzes do. He's got a much more realistic face sculpt, which came from the Pixar digital data that they use for the collection buzz. His proportions and everything look very much to what you see on screen in the movie. He's got those nice added paint details right here. And when you look at the jetpack, it looks straight out of the movie. Now, of course, there are some inaccuracies on it, like the screws here being colored green. They're not real screws, they're fake put-on screws. His wingtips do not light up. He doesn't have the wrist communicator. So it might ditch some of the features that the collection buzz has. But I still found this guy as a great suitable Buzz Lightyear to get for your collection because you can't really find a Buzz of this detail anymore, I should say. I hope when Mattel makes these toys for Toy Story 5, I hope they go back to the 12-inch Buzz Lightyears because I wanted a Buzz that's actually movie accurate for my collection from Toy Story 5. So the last comparison that I have is, here's one of the later Buzz Lightyears from Thinkway. This is a Toy Story 4 Buzz, which fortunately when I found this guy, he did have his batteries in him.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. I am a member of the Universe Protection Unit. I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion. This is an intergalactic emergency. Buzz Lightyear, to the rescue! I'm Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace. Come on, we have a galaxy to save. Let's go!
So one thing you could see right off the bat is the face sculpts kind of do look exactly the same. Maybe there's a little difference in color, but not really much of a difference. Now, the thing with this guy is, he's not my favorite Buzz by any means, but I will say he is loads better than the Toy Story 4 Karate Chop Action Buzz. He's got some nice phrases and everything, but he doesn't have the wings. He doesn't have a working laser. Well, it's not that it doesn't work. They actually didn't even give him a laser. And, of course, this guy, the other half of his helmet was missing. This was a thrift store find. No wings. His jetpack is missing paint details. His knees don't bend. Neither do his feet. One thing that's really odd to Thinkway did for the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyears is they included these weird hole things at the bottom of his feet. And his arms don't bend when they're stuck in this position. No paint detail on the hands. So it always made me curious to why they did that. And the fact that they jacked up the price from $35 to $50 for something like this, or I think this was around the $40-ish range, seems absurd. And the fact that it's missing some details. But I do take this over some of the other Buzz Lightyears that were made later on. I mean, to give them credit, I mean, it does still look like Buzz. So I'm actually still happy to have him.
To infinity and beyond!
This is an extra one. I actually do have one with his helmet. The voice box on this is very clear, though.
That was a great adventure. My sensors indicate Zurg is in the area. Take cover.
So, not a bad buzz. Now, setting these two guys aside and going back to this guy right here. Now I'm going to show you guys how to take the batteries out of him.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, this guy does have some pretty good phrases. So we're going to close his helmet. We're going to go right here to his battery compartment, which is loose because I didn't tighten the screws all the way. And what I will say is Thinkway Toys made a lot of Buzz Lightyears. There's been more of this guy made than any other character, I believe. I even think he has more variations than Woody. But I do actually really like this one. I feel like this is one of the rarer Buzzes in my collection. And as far as buying tips for this guy goes, it's kind of hard to say because sometimes if you do find him for a decent price, he doesn't include his helmet or his jetpack, and sometimes he could be scratched up, which I would say this guy, when I got him, he's a bit of a used Buzz.
Oh no, I think we're lost.
So to remove the batteries, I just used the wedge of my other end of the screwdriver, and I remove them like so. So this has kind of been like a review and comparison, and actually showing you guys how to unscrew the batteries in this guy. I would not pass up on him. He's still a really good Buzz Lightyear to get. Now I actually want to get the re-release version of him, which did not have the blinking eyes, even though mine doesn't blink anyway. But I still would really like to find the Woody, because I feel like that's what's going to interact with this guy. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This has been my second review, or it was more of a comparison video, actually, of the Toy Story Interactive Buddies 2009 Toys R Us exclusive Buzz Lightyear. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this Buzz Lightyear? Do you think he was worth adding to your collection? Do you think he was worth reviewing a second time? I really look forward from hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching as always. And I'll see you guys on the next video review.